Surekha Manwar ma'am. Principal of the Noel English High School, Honorable Arpana Dongre ma'am. Principal of the CBSE Board, Honorable Anush Manwar sir. Principal of the Primary School, Honorable Anul Manwar sir. Respected teachers, most valued parents, and my dear students. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all in the online science exhibition of Noel School. Dr. Radhakrishnan has said, science has achieved more for the emancipation of masses than the wisdom of sages. It is the only subject which has brought a revolutionary change in our lives since antiquity. So today, we will unveil the innovative creations of our children in this exhibition. Our school has always excelled in developing the scientific, rational thinking in our children, which has led to this exhibition. Importance of science cannot be truly explained in words. Every person has innate curiosity to know things, phenomena of nature, changes around us and changes in environment. And this curiosity can only be quenched by study of science. Who can relieve man from pandemic situation? The answer is miracle of science. And so, to acquaint the students with current pandemic situation and to know their role in disease prevention, we have selected the topics like role of biotechnology in community health and food production, demonstration of the role of traditional knowledge of herbal products for community health, infectious and non-infectious diseases, relationship with positive factors and their sources. You all are invited to go through them and I hope you all will appreciate the work of our children. Lastly, I would like to say, science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We should not distort it.
Galaxies of intellectuals, highly respected teachers and all my dear colleagues. I, Prachi Devani, is a student of 9th Conclaves from Noel English High School. On this Science Day, I am here to get you acquainted with a very interesting topic of science, that is, infectious and non-infectious disease. So, what is a disease? A disease is a particular abnormal condition that affects a structure or function of all part or particular part of an organism. A disease can affect people not only physically but also mentally, as contracting or living with a disease can also affect a person's perspective on life. So, the diseases can be classified into two types. Those are infectious and non-infectious diseases. So, the diseases that can be transmitted from person to person by pathogen are known as infectious disease. Now, what are pathogens? So, the answer is a bacterium, virus or any other microorganism that cause a disease is called the pathogen. While a disease that is not contagious is called a non-infectious disease. Instead, they are likely to have causes such as lifestyle factors, environmental factors or gene mutations. Common types of non-infectious diseases are asthma, diabetes, heart disease and chronic lung disease. While the common types of infectious diseases are malaria, diphtheria, common cold, HIV/AIDS, etc. One of the most common diseases that is whirling around us in today's era is COVID-19. COVID-19 is caused by a virus. It is an infectious disease. The virus that causes COVID-19 spreads primarily through droplets generated when an infectious person coughs, sneezes or speaks. A person can also become infected by touching a contaminated surface and then touching your eyes, nose or mouth before washing your hands. While obstructive pulmonary disease or chronic lung disease is an example of non-infectious disease. In this disease, the lungs become inflamed, making breathing more difficult. It is caused by air pollution or occupational exposure to dust, fumes or smoke. And this is what is the difference between infectious and non-infectious diseases. This is an example of infectious disease, that is COVID, and this is the example of non-infectious disease, that is chronic lung disease. So friends, this is the nasal cavity. Below nasal here it is larynx and below that is pharynx. So when a person speaks, when an infected person speaks, sneezes or coughs in front of another person, then the droplets of COVID virus enters the nasal cavity and passes through the pharynx and then larynx. So after reaching the larynx, The COVID virus infects the larynx first. After infecting the larynx, if the person is not given the treatment, then the virus enters through the pipe known as trachea. After entering the trachea, it moves by two pipes known as bronchi and then infects the lungs. And this is how the infection of COVID-19 spreads. A healthy body is always a result of healthy thoughts and healthy feelings. So, by maintaining proper hygiene and by keeping yourself fit and fine, live a healthy life. Thank you for lending your patient ears.
Hello, I'm Tunkul. Today, I will be throwing some light on the role of traditional knowledge of herbal products for community health. Ever since ancient times, in search for the rescue of their diseases, people looked for drugs in nature. Healing with medicinal plants is as old as mankind itself. Many ancient civilizations have ample sources on the knowledge of herbal products. Civilizations like the Mesopotamian, Sumerian, Harappan, Egyptian civilization, Mayans, and the Chinese civilization, etc., put a lot of importance on herbal products. Herbal products have played a great role in many subjects like beauty, skin care, disease treatments, immunity boosting, general health, and of course, food. In general, herbal products have been used for maintaining community health. Turmeric, neem, tulsi, and many more.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarangi Kamalkaukar from Nine Conquerors. I am here for the science exhibition, and for science exhibition I am going to acquaint you with the topic of role of biotechnology in improved crop and nutrition. Now let's see first what biotechnology actually means. It is a technique of bringing in improvement in living organisms by artificial genetic changes by hybridization for the human welfare is called biotechnology. Now let's see the changes in agriculture management due to biotechnology. Now yes, this is my model in which I have been describing two crops, which is one of them, which is the genetically modified crop, GM crop, and next is a naturally occurring variety. Now how GM crops are being produced? GM crops are being produced by introducing changes in DNA of natural crops. These type of crops are not actually found in nature, and this is a simple naturally occurring variety. Now the advantages of these crops have ability to withstand the environmental stresses like frequent changing high temperature, frequent weathery climate, but this naturally occurring variety cannot withstand such type of stresses. They many times get destroyed. Now GM crops also are already resistant to pests, so such types of harmful chemical pesticides can be avoided. But to make this naturally occurring variety resistance to pests, we have to use such harmful chemicals to make them. Now due to use of seeds of GM crops, there is improvement in the production of crops, decrease in loss of crops, and the nutritive value. So yes, this is the improvement in the agriculture management due to biotechnology, and this is the main role of biotechnology in the improved crops and nutrition. Thank you.
Galaxy of intellectuals, respected teachers and fellow students. Today at this auspicious event of science exhibition, I, Anuja Umade from class 9 Conquerors, would like to demonstrate the role of traditional knowledge of herbal products for community health. So for this, here we have a traditional kada made up of ajwain, turmeric, ginger and jaggery. Herbal medicine has long since stumbled upon the curative effects of jaggery. By boosting your immune system, jaggery helps create a shield against diseases such as the common cold and cough flu. Its decongestant properties help clear out phlegm from your system, leading to quicker recovery from cough. Jaggery is an often validated traditional remedy for respiratory disorders and throat problems. Drinking a glass of warm turmeric milk before sleeping also helps in faster recovery from cold and cough. This is an age-old therapy to treat cold and cough effectively. Ginger has medicinal properties that could help ease the symptoms of cold or sore throat. Ginger is also common folk treatment for upset stomach and nausea. Ajwain improves cholesterol level. Active enzymes in ajwain improve the flow of stomach acids, which can help to relieve indigestion, bloating and gas. Also, this traditional kadha is not sour and it's very effective. Thank you.